When's Mr. T on Saturday Night's Main Event? Or we already missed that? No.
Years and years ago.
Does he come back?
Are you high? He will let Sherry sweep up the clippings with that broom she rides around on. She's a witch, you see.
Right, she was Kenny Omega.
Now I'm envisioning Kenny Omega managing Randy Savage.
No, you need to imagine Sherry managing Kenny Omega.
Money. You imagine Sherry wrestling because it's Kazuchika Okada.
That's too much for me, Vinny. And inside a guitar, I've actually got a guitar.
Uh-huh.
Look. Sorry, everybody.
Even in my 9th grade yearbook, my quote was, Hulkamania will live forever. Yes, that really happened. And
even worse, you brought it up here.
I did.
Yeah, several times now. Well, I hear about, like, Vince doesn't think that Keith Lee can work or that Otis can work. Fuck. Just send those guys somewhere. Just send them home and have them watch all of Hulk Hogan on Saturday Night's Main Event in the 80s. Have them watch this fucking guy sell. He's so good at it. You feel so bad. You look at him like he's Terry, and he's been stabbed with something sharp. He's crawling on the ground. He's crying.
And then for the first time, I think, on Saturday Night's Main Event, we get a Jack Tunney declaration. It's a really good thing this guy didn't marry Linda McMahon and have children. Actual wooden people would have come out.
Pinocchios.
Walking down the aisle is ZEUS, who, of course, just passed away just this week, the late Tiny Lister.
This was so fucking wacky. If you sent this to another planet, I don't even know what the reaction would be. You'd either be like, we got to go destroy this place immediately, or, like, stay as far as you fucking can away from this fucking place.
Are you high?
The fuck is up with my hair? Jesus Christ. Can you guys see this monstrosity?
Language.
How could it be any worse than it usually is?
Actually, it's a lot worse.
Hang on.
That's what happens when you cut your own fucking hair and then you comb it the wrong way. All right, let's move on.
You cut your hair?
Who even brought that up?
Does Bryan pay you enough to watch wrestling?
No. Quite frankly, I don't pay anybody enough to watch. I don't pay you enough, Vinny. I don't pay Craig enough. I fucking don't pay myself enough to watch this Raw from Monday night.
Well, Bryan, let's solve that.
No, it's impossible. Yeah. I don't have that kind of money. I never laugh as hard as I do when you are reviewing wrestling, Granny.
I'm doing something different
Full of
tonight.
spirit tonight?
No, I typed it.
Wow.
I typed it out.
Oh, my God. You're now in 2020.
Shane goes up on the top cage. I don't know how high it was, but he jumped down, and Undertaker was laying on a table, and so Shane jumped down to land on him, and Undertaker moved, then pours herself a drink and sprays wine all over.
Granny, these reports are too good now.
Moxley versus Amiga.
Excuse me, Moxley versus an amoeba?
We're back.
Amiga. Amiga.
Amiga.
Yeah.
Aren't they really hot on the Raps charts right now?
Moxley punches him and knocks him out of the ring. And Omega takes the mic, hits Mosley between the eyes.
Mosley. The guy on the apron with the mic?
Yeah.
I just interviewed him today.
You're kidding.
It's up on the website right now. Go listen to it.
What was his name?
Don Callis.
Huh.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Is it just me, or is this show awesome?
It was good.
Awesome?
I really liked it.
Dude, I thought this show as a go-home show was a pile of shit. Every fucking time a WCW referee's out there, they fuck the good guys. But, oh, man, God forbid they fuck the women. I've got to take a stand for these ladies.
Wait, what?
You heard me. That's their storyline. Let's sign off, everybody. Save them more horror. We'll talk to you again.
Save them what?
More horror.
Horror.
Horror. Okay, good.
Yeah, not horrors.
All I see on the internet is the sky is falling. Is this a fantastic number for Dynamite? No, of course not. Would it be great if it were higher? Well, of course it would. But is it the end of the world that they followed up these two shows with over 800,000 viewers and number 3 on cable? No, it's not. Everything is fine.
And there's Flo from Progressive doing a little dance. So yes, apparently Progressive is now sponsoring Legado del Fantasma.
Well, I mean, they've shoved tons of Mexicans into cars, so...
They have, in fact, done that.
Their biggest stars don't wear suits, but they make everybody else wear a suit so they come off like a star.
I don't believe Roderick Strong wears a suit unless required.
I'm not even sure if required.
Well,
I picture him getting married in one of those, like, tuxedo like rash guards, something like that. No
Even better.
sleeves.
Yeah. Match itself was pretty good. Did not need to
Pretty
go long.
good. I thought this match was fucking awesome. This was the best match of the night on either show. The whole match was great. You must have fallen asleep or something, or been looking up some fucking football stats.
So Xia Li and Boa are still being tortured. This is an international crisis.
Homeland Security should be on top of
Yes.
this. Everything about WWE, it all needs to change. Raw, SmackDown, Vince has got to go. Got to get rid of Pritchard. Somebody competent's got to be put in charge. The Performance Center needs to be like completely overhauled because it's not working. I feel like if I knew anything about these two guys, I'd like them. But they've never told me anything about them.
One is Ever, one is Rise. They are loud.
Are they? Is one named Ever? I didn't know that.
I just made that up. Loomis is working on artwork. So his drawing reveals that he'll be hosting the New Year's Evil show. And I wrote down, doing what? And Wade Barrett screamed, doing what? Earlier this year, Rhea Ripley was at one time the biggest star in the world. Number one, that's not true. Okay, that's not true. But number two, if it is, look how badly you have fucked her up this entire year.
Oh, all these people on the internet say that I'm so much better than you, Chris, but
Yes.
it's not
Yes.
true. It's not
Yes.
true. You're my mentor and my best friend. I think Jericho may have literally actually been biting his tongue.
Cody and Brandi will soon have the son of a son of a son of a plumber. Or the daughter of a son of a son of a plumber.
Yeah, we don't know
That doesn't
yet.
roll off the
That's
tongue as well.
true.
We don't know. It was freaking cold in this building. You can see steam rising off Cody's body, which looked awesome.
The snow starts to fall. Since when was Sting like a fucking snowman?
I guess they had the idea for winter is coming, and hey, this guy wears white face paint.
They could do a show called Summer is Coming, and he'll return as Surfer Sting during the summer.
Yes. Chair says, man, Tony, you don't like Don Callis. You don't like Impact Wrestling. You don't like MJF. You have good taste. I laughed at that.
Brandon Cutler made some comment about a comment that JR made, and so when Wardlow couldn't make it, they just took Brandon Cutler out of the match.
I can't imagine. Evilise and Diamante versus Big Swole and Serena Deeb.
Yikes, bro.
He demands all their microphones. None will give them to him.
Tony tells him, and I quote, "Kiss my ass."
In the end, there was no question about who the better man was, and it was not
There was
Joey
no
Janela.
question at any moment in this match who was going to win. Not for one solitary second.
He goes flat on his back, both hands straight up in the air and shaking, both legs straight up in the air and shaking. I was funny.
When you do something and all of a sudden you hear everybody at ringside laughing
Yes.
and they're wrestlers, you might have gone a little too far.
The show was fine. It felt completely missable.
I was certain that I was going to vote for NXT this week because that fucking Kyle O'Reilly Pete Dunne match was so great. I get fucking irritated as usual reviewing this NXT show. I'm entertained reviewing the AEW show. And so right here, everybody, I am going to vote for a tie.
I think that's fair this week. AEW was just kind of there. NXT was either good or bad, and that works out to average. So there you go. I think we're both voting tie.